I can statement reads, I can participate in a school-wide activity by creating a rock that will remind students how special they are. So I'm going to share a story titled Only One You, written by Linda Kranz. And you probably noticed a couple of weeks ago when we did our Dr. Seuss door decorating activity throughout our whole school, we decorated our door to go along with the story Only One You, because we were planning for this project to be taking place sometime in April. So the words Only One You are pretty powerful, aren't they? What do you think that means, Drake?
It means like there's only one you in the entire universe.
Exactly. There's only one you in the entire universe. That makes each one of us pretty special, doesn't it? Yeah. So today I'm going to share the story with you, and this is a really, really great story. It's one of my new favorite stories, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. It's time, Papa said. I think it is, Mama agreed. Time for what? Audrey asked. Papa's voice softened. To share some wisdom. So at the beginning of the school year, our school committee came together. We have a student engagement committee at our school, and it represents a staff member from each grade level and specials teachers included, and also the guidance counselor and Mrs. Easter and Mr. D. And so we started developing a way to engage our students here at Pettigrew Elementary. And the idea kind of was developed from social media. We had found the idea on social media, and we kind of came together as a committee and started brainstorming on some ways that we could tweak it and make it our own here at Pettigrew. And so this week I've been reading the story titled Only One You, written by Linda Kranz, in the library. And this story is a very inspirational children's picture book. And it's about a little fish named Audrey, and he's about ready to go out and explore the world in the ocean. And his mother and father decide that it's time to give him some words of advice and some wisdom. What I hear you say, Wyatt, is that it's important to have more than just one friend. How many of you would agree with that? Is it important to have more than one friend? Yeah. And I want you to think about all the different things that you do throughout a day. Throughout this story, you'll hear lots of different great advice, and we want our students here at Pettigrew to know how unique and special each one of them is, and that they have so much to offer in this great big world. And so we are inviting all staff and students to paint a rock. And the goal is for those rocks to represent and foster in the students that they are very special and they have something to contribute to the world. And so the rocks will all be in a central location in our building, and they will be a part of the art show that will be taking place on April 20th. Look for beauty wherever you are, and keep the memory of it with you. Blend in when you need to. Stand out when you have the chance. You know, we've had a lot of great conversations. I've had different age groups, first grade and second grade and fifth grade. And each grade level brings different conversations up throughout the story. Bullying has come up. There's some advice in the story where sometimes we have to stand up for ourselves and we have to speak up. And there's times where we have to think about the road ahead of us, and if there's poor choices that are being made, maybe we don't follow the crowd and we turn our own direction. And we all have made a mistake before, haven't we? Even adults make mistakes. Did you know that? Yeah. And if we make a mistake, we want to circle back around and we want to try again. They're really excited about it. You know, when can we do this? And the plan is to have the students decorate the rocks in their classrooms after Easter break, sometime between like April 4th and the 18th. And my assistant, Mrs. Schmidt, and I painted some rocks just to showcase some so the kids kind of knew what they were going to be doing. Before he swam away, he turned back to his parents and said, "I will remember." Mama kissed Audrey on the top of his head. There's only one you in this great big world. The goal is for the stone to be a reminder for students that they are very special and unique in their own way, and that each one of them has something to contribute to the world.
Today we are painting rocks because we read a book called Only One You, and it's about this little fish who's about to go out on his first adventure out in the ocean, and his parents give him this really good advice about being nice, be really kind, and don't listen to anybody else. Just be yourself. And what we're working on here is we're painting rocks that kind of show our personality and that kind of express ourselves. Like, we're not going to listen to anybody else. We're just going to think of our own creative ideas.
What are some of the things that are important in this book? Remember what we talked about?
Just to be yourself.
Yeah.
I made it a rainbow and I put purple on the sides and I put little yellow dots on it and I put a turquoise circle in the middle of it. I wasn't expecting it to be turquoise, it just turned turquoise when I put white on it with all those other colors. I like rainbows and I like to be creative and I want to be an artist when I grow up.
Nicole Olvestead, our librarian, had planned to read this book with all of the classes this year and just kind of celebrate everybody's uniqueness, and you know, it's okay to be yourself and just kind of do your own thing, and you don't have to follow the crowd. And so with this rock project, I actually rock gardened my a few different areas at my house last year, and I thought, well, why don't we just bring in the rocks, haul in the rocks, and we can have the kids paint their own rock to celebrate their individuality and their uniqueness. And everybody will have a little rock, and they're all not shaped the same way and same size, and they're all going to paint them different. And so that's kind of, we just went with that, and it blew up, and we're doing it as our school-wide project. At the end of this project, we're going to celebrate at our art show, and we're displaying the rocks and with each class, and just kind of we'll just share it with families and teachers and celebrate our school, BUB Pettigrew.
My rock, I painted it all white, and then I painted a black horseshoe on it for my love of horses. I don't have a horse, but my cousins do, so I wanted to express my love of horses. My friend Caden, he did a Pepsi sign because he likes Pepsi. And then my friend Olivia, she wrote a cat because she absolutely loves cats. And my friend Layla, she did kind of like an abstract art on all sides, which I thought was kind of cool. And Emma, she just painted it white. She said she wanted to do kind of like an ombre type thing. And my student teacher, she did a tree because she works at the outdoor campus. Something that stood out to me, and like the message or the theme of the book to me, would probably have to be yourself. Don't let anyone get you down, you know, just be yourself and don't let anyone else push you around, tell you what to do, and I liked how the parents gave the little fish a lot of advice, and be kind to any other fish, don't be mean to any other fish.
Oh yeah, they really like this. We have been talking about this for pretty much all week, and yeah, they are excited, and we're a big community, a large community, but you know, even though we're 800 plus or almost 900 kids, you know, that everybody is still themselves and they're unique in their own way, and you know, it's a large place to be, but you know, when we come together as a community, and each one of us is special.
I think it's just a really fun project that we get to do all together as a school.
So a couple of years ago here at Pettigrew, we started a theme called Be You, Be Pettigrew. And the reason for that theme was we wanted each student to know that they're a unique person, but they also belong to the Pettigrew family. And over the summer last year, we wanted to do a school-wide project that would emphasize that character and belonging, and all of our family, or all of our students, would come together and do something together. So our librarian had heard about this Only One You book, and that same summer hiding rocks was kind of becoming a fad, and we thought we would combine the two and bring together both ideas into our school-wide project of Only One You, and it developed into our rock walk.
Students were able to, in their classrooms, paint their rocks however they wanted to, and so they got to make them individually, and you know, it kind of represents who they are, so they can celebrate who they are.
Yes, tonight we have our Pettigrew art show, where every student at Pettigrew has a piece of art displayed here, and every classroom has a little description of what they've been working on in art throughout the year, and also specifically for that project.
We have a committee here at Pettigrew, the Student Engagement Committee, that put together some school-wide ideas to help us just kind of connect with each other and feel engaged here at school and have a feeling of belonging. And so we had worked together to think of a school-wide activity and kind of built it off of Nicole, our librarian's idea.
So there's about 1,000 rocks here that represent every student and staff member here at Pettigrew. Each child here is an individual, which goes along with our theme of Be You, Be Pettigrew. And so every rock started as just a rock, but every rock was different. And then every child had an opportunity to put his or her own unique twist on that rock. And it just created this beautiful rock walk.
I think a lot of kids, you know, it's just a fun way to express themselves through art. You know, a different way to tell about themselves that they might not be comfortable with in other ways. So I think doing this was just, you know, a different way to show how unique everybody is.
When the teachers brought their boxes after school today, they were all just in awe of how it looked all together. It was a good feeling, and I'm really excited for the kids to be able to show their parents tonight what they've been working on and what we've been working on with character education, and just letting kids know that they can be themselves here.